Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at another leak for at least moves that are coming into the game. Those moves actually got found already earlier on, like, I don't know, a few months ago actually, I think, in the code, but we didn't have any data for them, and now we're going to have data for 3 different moves. You're going to have here triple Axel, an ice type move that's going to guarantee yourself an attack buff here on this one. 60 energy as you see here right now, and needs 45, like 60 damage I mean, and needs 45 energy to get activated. Charge move, of course. Then we're going to have Trailblaze, which is going to be the also something that buffs your attack guaranteed by 1 stage, which is a clone of Flame Charge, which is going to be interesting, but as a grass type move. And then we're going to have Scorching Sands, which I actually thought was like some signature move, but it wasn't. I'm literally so out of like the main series games, moves nowadays. Didn't really play the newest generation too long, but this seems to be an 80 power, 50 energy ground type move that's going to have a 30% chance to debuff the opponent's attack by 1 stage. So, let's take a look at them here real quick for PvPoke. We're going to have Scorching Sand here, 30% chance to drop the attack of the opponent, and then we're going to have Trailblaze as well as triple Axel here as ice as well as grass type moves. So let's go really fast over those moves. So we're going to have here first the Scorching Sand. I'll just have here the articles from Bulba Garden. But yeah, those basically list out all Pokemon that can learn this move, theoretically. We're most likely going to see as soon as, of course, we're going to have the news for the new season, or what Pokemon actually gonna get them. But we're going to have a lot of Pokemon here, like for example, Marowak, going to be one of them. Like Flygon might be interesting, Fort Groudon might be interesting, Garchomp might be interesting, Heatran. We have a lot of ground or fire type Pokemon that learn it, because like, yeah, Scorching Sand does make sense. This is for mainly ground as well as fire type Pokemon. But as you can take a look here, we're going to have just a few examples here right now. Remember that here the lower one is flipped. There's the first one Scorching Sands, and the other one Overheat. I had some issues getting the move in here, but otherwise we're going to have here, just for as an example, like that doesn't mean that those Pokemon get them, or like where it is like actually the move that they might want to have even. But here we're going to have now the example of Marowak as well as Diggersby as well as the the normal Ninetales here as a shadow for both Marowak as well as Ninetales. And we're going to see that the impact of this move, at least for all those Pokemon here for example Ninetales on the right side is actually the old variant with Overheat, is not that great. Like, it's not going to change anything really for them or like makes them way better. But I feel like with like other buffs together, this move itself is not bad. Like, it's definitely not bad. It's not the best move ever. For example, it's 50 energy. It's only a 30% chance to debuff the opponent's attack, as well as, you have 80 damage for 50 energy move. That's 20 damage less than the Blast Burn. So it's going to, like, it's going to be a little bit of a trickier one to use. It's like kind of in this mid-range where like a lot of times it just does not get the knockout, but also doesn't really help you out too much. So I'm actually curious on how good this is going to be. There are a lot of Pokemon that can learn it, but let's move on to the next move, which is going to be triple Axel. This is going to be the ice type move, also I think from the newest generation here right now, which is I think a multi-hit move. But what you're going to see right now is all the Pokemon that can learn it. They're not that many. Something like, of course, the Alone Sand Slash most likely going to benefit from it, because it's going to give here in Pokemon Go, at least at the current time, that this might change. Maybe those stats are wrong as well, can be the case. Going to give like the Pokemon an attack buff, which might be interesting for something like a Ninetales, something like the Sand Slash, especially in the 2-shield scenario, but also something maybe for like squishier Pokemon like Sneasel or like the Weavile would be interesting. Frostless might be a very good shot for this Pokemon. Cryogonal, one of my own favorite Pokemon, would be really cool on this one. But let's take a look on, like, Serena. It's very likely that Serena gonna get it, but let's take a look at the some Pokemon that I just chose here randomly, where you're going to have the Alone Sand Slash as well as the Frost as well as the Alone Ninetales. And we're going to see here right now, if we're going to rate it, that this time around it's all the second one always going to have the new move. It's going to be a little bit worse here, for example, for Sand Slash, just because you don't get there as fast, and here it's against Lantern, so it's just if you bait there correctly. But in general, especially also for the normal Ninetales here, you're going to be able to win some more matchups. But if you go into the 2-shit scenario, you're most likely going to see a bigger impact on it. I would at least guess. I didn't take a look at it yet. But yeah, for example, here for the Ninetales, you're going to be a little bit better off. But actually interesting that you're not going to be better off with the Alolan Sandslash, because the one is Shadow and the other one I forgot to put Shadow. That's most likely why it looks so different. Let's fix that real quick. As you're going to see here right now, it's going to look a little bit different, but also not that much better. So, I don't know. It seems to be also a solid move, doesn't seem to be overpowered, at least right now. Curious on who gonna get it. Most likely something like Serena really see to get this one here. But, yeah, like, we will have to see which Pokemon gonna get. Lopunny would be also kind of cool. I would like to see Lopunny having some play, but there are a lot of Pokemon that can learn this move. But speaking of a lot of Pokemon that can learn a move, Trailblaze, I cannot make a decent prediction. By the way, I'm not gonna put in more than the Pokemon that I show right now, just because we're going to have the new season update hopefully soon anyway, so we're going to have then enough to, yeah, do content for it most likely, so it's going to be better to just wait a little bit and see which Pokemon actually gonna get it. But here just to see how many Pokemon could actually get it, it is absolutely wild. Like basically every single Pokemon in the game, it feels like at least, can learn this move. Even Quagsire can learn the move. Umbreon can learn the move. Like literally everything. Can't wait to have this lacking with Yawn and Trailblaze, which is, yeah, Flame Charge clone basically, if you know. Yeah, it's going to be wild. Like so many Pokemon, as you can see here right now, are able to learn this move, and it is crazy. Very likely that's going to be something especially for the new starter, yeah, Sprigatito. Going to be most likely something for this one. As you can see here, I just put some random Pokemon in here that can learn it. Obama Snow, for example, Energy Ball is not the best move. Trailblaze definitely a better move for it. Greninja I just did it here for fun, because it would be cool to have like a water Pokemon with grass type coverage, not gonna lie. But honestly, I would love to see it on Pachirisu, which can learn it, because Pachirisu currently doesn't have a coverage move, and I feel like it would make this Pokemon so much cooler. But here, for example, even for Greninja, it actually has some solid matchups. For example, against Azumarill and Swampert you can win now. For Abomasnow, it actually loses your matchup, but in general, it's most likely a fairly decent move to use, but it's not going to be crazy. Again, like Flame Charge is not the best move either. But yeah, this is going to be it for right now. Hopefully I'm going to see you fairly soon again for more news updates. Of course, if you want to get all the news updates in general for the upcoming season of Go Battle League or general Pokemon Go, feel free to leave a follow and leave a like on the video, and I see you then. Bye bye.